Have you ever heard of the 5 tools of baseball? If you haven't, the 5 tools of baseball is basically a grading system that professional scouts have long used to grade the talent levels of the players in the major leagues. It measures the 5 main skills that a player needs to be successful at this game. The 5 tools are hitting for average, hitting for power, speed, arm strength, and fielding ability. The more tools a player has, the better they are. But since we're talking about youth baseball, there is one tool that you can wait to master until you're older. In today's Bullpen Bulletin, I'm explaining the main reason why hitting for average is always better than hitting for power in youth baseball. Hey team, Coach Hart here with Building Better Baseball, the best place for baseball education. This channel is all about youth baseball improvement for players and coaches. So if you'd like fresh tips and new advice on how to level up your game, hit that subscribe button because I'm here every week with a brand new video to help you improve your game. Also, if you stick around to the end of the video, I have a couple free guides that I'd like to give you as my gift to you for stopping by. So be sure to stick around. But now, let's talk about why you should make hitting for average your main focus at the plate. In the first 2 points, I'll clarify what hitting for average and hitting for power means, and then I'll explain which one is better for youth baseball in the third point. The first one is hitting for average. What does hitting for average mean? If you're not sure, hitting for average is basically all about your batting average. The number of hits you have divided by the number of total at-bats you have. When you focus on hitting for average, you're trying to get the most hits as possible, no matter what kind of hits you get. You're happy with singles, with infield hits, with doubles, with bloopers or bunts, anything that will get you on base and continue the inning for your team. Hitters who have a high batting average will usually have great hand-eye coordination, they'll have a great swing path to get the barrel to the ball every time, and they'll have a low strikeout percentage. The second one is hitting for power. When you talk about hitting for power, you're really talking about slugging percentage. Slugging percentage is different than batting average because 1, slugging percentage calculates the total number of bases a player gets per hit, and 2, each hit is not weighted the same like in your batting average. A home run would raise the percentage more than a double because on that hit, the player got 4 bases instead of just 2 bases. Slugging percentage is used to calculate power hitting in baseball. Players who hit for power are all about the long ball. These hitters will normally sacrifice their swing mechanics in order to hit the ball further. Even though these hitters will hit more extra base hits than other players, hitting for power always comes with a higher strikeout percentage. So it's usually all or nothing for these players. But unfortunately, people love to watch the ball fly. And the most excitement and the most flair in the game of baseball normally comes with home runs. This is why youth players try to hit for power so often, because they're trying to be like the professionals that they see on television. The third point is which is better for youth baseball. The thing that most players don't realize is that when you hit for average, it's also possible to experience those big power moments. But on the other side, when you hit for power, it'll be hard to experience everything that comes with hitting for average. I want to tell you a quick story about my junior year of high school. In the spring of 2007, my junior year, I hit in the 3rd spot in the lineup. We had a total of 18 games that season. In those 18 games, my batting average was .385. I just missed hitting .400 for the season. In that season, we were 15-3, and we ended up losing in the regional championship game that would have sent us to the state semifinals. I won all the hitting awards for our team, and I was a first-team all-county player. Do you want to know my hitting stats? In the regular season, in 18 games, I had a total of 30 hits and 23 RBIs. Breaking down those 30 hits, I had 27 singles and 3 doubles. Yep, you heard that right. 27 singles and 3 doubles. That's a true story, and I love telling it for one reason. You don't need to hit for power to be a great hitter and make an impact for your team. You can do that just fine by hitting for average. The thing is, there are so many other things that come with hitting for average and getting on base. You can still get RBIs. You don't have to hit it off the fence in order to score runs. Also, you can still have those big power hits. Hitting for average doesn't mean that you don't have any power. It just means that you don't focus on hitting with power alone, which sacrifices swing mechanics and produces more strikeouts. What about base running? Do you become a better base runner if all you're used to doing is trotting around the bases or striking out? Base running is a skill, and in order to play in high school, that's a skill you need to practice. It doesn't do any good if you hit a double off the wall, but then you get thrown out on the bases because you lack base running IQ. When you focus your swing on hitting for average, you'll develop a cleaner and more compact swing that produces line drives and hard hits through the infield and to the gaps. You'll put your barrel on the ball more often and strike out less. This will translate perfectly into high school, and when your body is stronger, those singles will turn into doubles, and doubles into home runs. If you train your swing to hit for power, your swing will be less compact and more like an uppercut because you're trying to hit it over the fence. This will produce more fly balls and strikeouts. And if those fly balls don't go over the fence, they'll just be caught for another out. What are your thoughts on this idea of hitting for average or hitting for power? What do you think is best for youth baseball? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Before we go, make sure you grab your free guide. If you look down in the description area, there's a free baseball equipment sizing guide that's perfect for you if you're looking for some help in finding the right size equipment for the season. It covers everything we use in baseball, so be sure to grab yours. There's also a free 2-hour practice plan for coaches who need some help or guidance in making their practices more efficient. Grab your free guide down below. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I hope this video got your mind thinking differently about how to approach hitting in youth baseball and all the benefits that come with hitting for average. I'll see you next week for another edition of the Bullpen Bulletin.